What's up guys, Mr. Bazy here, and today we're going to be doing some more Adventure Capitalist Insert Coins to Continue event. As you can see, the event is almost over with 10 minutes and 50 seconds, basically, or left in the event, I should say. Basically, as you can see, I did finish the event. Completed everything, 10 out of 10, got into the currency exchange, and of course benefited from that and got 39 megabucks total. I got all the ones that were awarded to you, and I got, I think, 4 or 5 megabucks in addition once I hit the currency exchange. So pretty good outcome, I think, for the event overall. Now I realized that you guys missed a lot of me doing that. I'm gonna explain it. There were 2 ways I was thinking about doing it. One was I was gonna explain it, which is what I'm gonna do. The other one was I was gonna record literally everything that I did. The only problem with that is it didn't happen in like 2 seconds. Obviously, it took many hours. I did grind it very heavily over the last 24 hours since you last saw the video, or since you last saw the time lapse in the other video, I guess you could say, because when I ended the video, it was about 23 hours left, roughly, when I ended the previous video. So that entire time, of course, was utilized. I did finish around 6 hours left, 6 or 7 hours left, just for the record, but that would have meant I had to record the entire thing, and then I would have had to scrub through all that and pick up all the notable moments, or I could have done a massive time lapse, like just a super fast time lapse, because it would have been many hours long, the recording. Only problem with that is I didn't want to take up that much file space, because I do like to record my videos in pretty high quality, so that would have ended up in a extremely large file, which I have the space for. I just didn't feel like taking that up, because it would have taken forever to actually load into my editing program, not to mention, because I think fast forward is a pretty demanding thing to ask the editing program to do. It would have taken a long time to render, and I may not have gotten the video out in time for this the deadline that I set, which was before the weekend, because I do want to get that out for you. I feel terrible about not uploading these videos, or not uploading Adventure Capitalist videos to you guys, you know, during the event, but the event was just so grindy. I mean, I was lucky that I finished, to be honest. I really had to grind this out. Many of you, I did just see the comments. The video, I'm recording this as the next video went up, and I actually saw that in the comments that a lot of you said you finished today. I finished today, so that only leads me to believe that people were like racing to finish this, because again, they were kind of late in making these changes. So it was really kind of an inconvenience to a lot of people. Of course, it's just a game, but you know, especially to someone like me who records the game, it was kind of an inconvenience. Because I was sweating, man, because I really want to, you know, actually, you know, complete these events. I like completing the events. I like getting the most amount of megabucks I can possibly get. Now, the next one is like 5 quattro or quin something, probably. Yeah, 10 quin vigintillion, which I don't necessarily see happening, because our investors are not that high, not that much higher than what we currently have them at. I have been using the button mash. I will also leave the what's it called? I'll leave the AutoClicker in the description down below, like I did before. I will give you a slight demonstration on how to use it. It's actually pretty simple if you guys decide to download it. So anyway, let's go ahead and do a reset, just so I can show you exactly what I did over the course of the many hours I was grinding this. So here we go. Let's go ahead and do the reset right here. Alright, so not that big of a reset, obviously. Now what I was doing was, and this is pretty cool, I was using the clicker, the auto clicker, to speed things up a bit. What I would do, turn the auto clicker on. As you can see, it's flashing the yellow thing, so you can see that it's actually moving. Click it and then boost it, click it and then boost it, and then, oh wait, hold on, I'm buying by ones. By the way, look at how fast this clicks. Isn't that crazy? Oh, what luck, right? And then I would just do this, right? And then I would go to managers and boom, boss that out. I'm just having my finger on the hotkey and boom, boss all that out. And then boss all these, and then boss all these. I'm not even clicking, I'm hitting one button and doing it. That's kind of the beauty. And then I would just kind of, ooh, careful now. Okay, just gotta be careful. And then I would just kind of scroll over everything, right? I would just do this. And just scroll over all of it. You got to be careful. You have to do it a very particular way, unless you want to like shut the game down. There were times where I was watching stuff while I was actually, you know, grinding this, and I accidentally forgot that I had this rolling, like the auto clicker, and I moved it over to my other monitor and just screwed up everything. I was like, oh my god, it got pretty crazy. But anyway, so now that we've done that, of course, with the buy upgrades, as you can see, I just burnt them all out. That was the quick process. We're gonna reset again, even though it's not going to be necessary. Like, we shouldn't reset right now, but I'm going to do it anyway just for the sake of showing you guys, because there's no way I'm going to get more out of this. There's just no way. I would need to grind for many, many more days to make that happen. So anyway, that was the quick process. That's what I did to really, keep it moving, because you guys know when you max your investors, or when you double your investors, or when you're like moving really fast, you're going to want to keep going as fast as possible. You want to keep boosting and resetting and all that stuff. So that was the strategy that I used to actually make things happen within a matter of minutes, because I didn't have to sit there and waste time. I just let the auto clicker just burn through everything for me, and it really helps speed things up. So again, highly recommend you check it out. It does speed things up. It will help you in the future, as long as the button thing, like the things that speed things up, are like this, where it's just infinite clicks and it doesn't matter. When I was able to buy this first one is really when it really started to pick up. So my estimation was correct. That is kind of where it starts to really speed up here. It does speed up right about, not here, but between these. Once you hit sextillions, and that is roughly around, you're going to hit this too, I guess coincidentally, right around either the quintillion or sextillion. I'm pretty sure it's sextillion. It starts going fast, like really fast, like sextillion, and then you're going to hit the septillion and octillion pretty much back to back. And that's just really, that's how I noticed it went. And then you're just literally flying. It takes about 30 minutes at that point to finish the event if you're really going hard and, timing your resets correctly. There is a small gap, just so you guys know, right about, it was around the octillion range. And the reason for that, I think, was just because at that moment I noticed that they were, I think, trying to get you to use your angels. Like, the only strategy to progress further in that at that point was to make sure you were getting more and more angels. There was, I forget exactly where that, there was like I forget exactly where the point was, where there was kind of a stagnant kind of thing, where everything was just slowing down yet again, and you couldn't buy the upgrades, you couldn't buy the angel upgrades or anything like that. The unlocks were fairly spaced apart, and I was like, wow, okay, so it's going to slow down again. But then I was like, well, there's got to be some way to progress, like a different strategy. And the strategy was to do very quick incremental angel upgrades when you double your angels. And that got me actually through pretty darn fast, believe it or not, and got the ball rolling again with the next set of upgrades and whatnot. So that's kind of where I was going with it. Now, when I said in the previous video that I was very, very, confident and all that stuff about the elite upgrades being much more beneficial than anything like the all unlocks. Once you get everything to 6, for example, it'll do this, and then you get everything to 12 and it'll do the swords. Instead of doing those, because those always come first, those always came first, like no matter what, you were always able to actually buy or get everything to whatever this number was before you could do the all profits. But the bad thing is that usually would not be very good to do. Honestly, it would usually take a long time to actually get everything to that number, okay? And then you would kind of be stuck in the water, because you'd have one business that was just kind of all right, like it was good. Maybe it was just like a slower business, like the Flemings or something. It was like a slower business, and then it would take forever to get back to the elite profits, or to get to the price to buy the elite, all profits by elite. So no matter what, the strategy that I used literally was buy everything that I could, try to reach the mile markers that I could, and then when I noticed it started to slow down, I stopped for a second. I was like, okay, do I want to either buy, get everything to whatever number it was asking for, okay, right here, or do I want to go ahead and do the upgrade, or do I want to wait for the upgrade? And the answer was always wait for the upgrade. That always made it so that everything would get boosted, of course, and then I was able to get back to all these other numbers quickly, okay? I was able to get back to everything else quickly and buy those, and it pushed it even further, which again yielded me even more progress, even faster, and ultimately really sped things up, I think, to the absolute best that it could have been sped up. So, alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take as you can see, the event timer ran out. Now, for those of you that play on PC, I don't necessarily know if it works on the apps for mobile devices, but you can leave the event, as long as you keep the event open and you don't leave the event, or as long as you keep the game open and you don't leave the event, you can actually stay on the game and play for a lot longer than even when the event timer ends. Only problem with that is that, it is, I wouldn't necessarily consider it cheating. I mean, it kind of is, but I've done it a couple times. The only time I've done it was not simply to progress further, but just so I could show you guys the progress, which I would have had to do if I didn't come on earlier. But in any case, that's what I personally use it for. Other people probably would use it for, I guess, more monetary means, you know, so they can get some more, either get more progress and have more time than you're supposed to, or get more from the currency exchange. But I've never really done it that way. So just giving you a heads up. I mean, if it's going to be there, you might as well exploit it. Because I know people already changed the date. So if you're going to change the date, I suppose you might as well do this. But just trying to help you guys out, because the megabucks, especially nowadays, really, really help. It would have been cool to see the time lapse, but I don't think I would have been able to get that video out in the time fashion that I wanted it to get out, because I don't want to go too far past the event. It's kind of weird at that point. I know at one point I did do that, but that was simply because I was sick. You know, when it comes to this, I don't want to go too far past the event. It's just weird putting up event gameplay when the event is clearly over. Like, it can't help anybody, and at that point, you know, nobody really cares about it that much anymore. So I'd rather move on to newer stuff on Adventure Capitalist, which we will be picking up. Okay, this is just a kind of informational video about what I did. Next time around on Adventure Capitalist, we will also be picking up with the game. Okay, so the choice game where you guys choose on the planets. I'll go back and check out what your guesses were. If you want to do me a favor, you can drop your guesses in this video. Okay, so if you had guesses, but I can just check it later. It doesn't really matter. And we'll also be seeing where we want to put our megabucks and how much progress we've actually been able to achieve while we were offline, because I haven't touched the other planets at all since we've been doing this event. So matter of fact, let's just leave the event. There's no reason to stay on it. There's no way we're going to accumulate 10 quid in Vigintillion unless I were to leave it on, and I'm just not going to do that. Like I said, I don't use it for that purpose. I've only used it so that I can capture something for a moment before I move to something else if I wasn't able to do it right away. Before we do that, look at this. Oh, we bossed it out. Look at that. We have a. I thought that was a 4-leaf clover. I was like, how ironic is that? But anyway, look at this. We got a massive pot of coins. Okay, so we have a huge pot of tokens, right? That we can put into this, or put into anything really. I mean, we literally have unlimited tokens. As far as I'm concerned, this is more than a day's worth of games. And if you go through this amount in a day, then I think you were probably sharing with some people, which I hope you would do if you had that many coins. We got some bubblegum stuff. I don't know what that's about. But look at all these games. And you know, it was unfortunate because I never, I realized that, if you look at it here, I realized that it doesn't actually fill up in the background. That really disappointed me. I saw this back there, but apparently it was always back there. I was really hoping it was going to fill up here. You know, that would have been so cool. If Hyper Hippo is watching, you guys should do that in the background. I think that would be just epic. Like, I think that would absolutely be epic if you did that. If you made them not only pop up in the career section, but also made them pop up in the background as you're playing and as you buy them, that would be really cool. All right, so we're looking at Earth here. How many investors we got? I'm just going to check the investors. Now, that's not that great, okay? It's not that great. Is this the planet that needs to be boosted? I think it is. If I click this, what's going to happen? I don't want it to do anything. Okay, so it's going to boost it. Okay, so we do have enough. We do have enough. And we almost have enough. Well, if we get 21 more, we'll be able to... No, that's not right. Because we're going to have to boost the next one. Okay, I'll leave this one up to you. Because I could either have the 39, which, by the way, let's just go ahead and do this. Because I know we can probably... Yeah, thank goodness, right? It took so long. Like, we couldn't do that forever. Now we can. There we go. We're going to top out at 40. All right. Not too worried about... what I could have bought here. I'm just going to do the reset next time because we've been off these main planets for so long. I just want to get some resets in. But yeah, so I'll let you guys know because I think the moon, the next upgrade is 50 megabucks. So let me know, what do you think is more beneficial to do? Put it into Earth or put it into the moon? The Earth would be 30, and then we would need 20. No, I'm sorry. No, I keep messing that up. If we put it into Earth, we're going to need 40 more before we can put it into Earth. So what I could do, let's go to the moon real quick. What I could do is buy the moon first, like get to 50, and then buy the moon. Because if I do that, I know I'm getting the same amount of megabucks and everything. But realistically, it would take me less time, especially considering I'm going to have to use events to make this happen. You know what I mean? Because there's no way that I'm going to get another 30 megabucks. We're assuming I spend the 50 megabucks when I get the next 10. There's no way that I'm going to get 30 megabucks just from the game alone because it's just moving way too slow. So I'm going to need to rely on some events. But I would get to 30 faster than I'd get to 40. You see what I'm saying? I think you guys understand what I'm saying. Because again, if I were to spend it now, I would need to get 40 megabucks to get to this one, right? If I buy this one in the next 10 megabucks, then all I need to do is get to 30, which realistically would happen sooner than 40. Even though it's the same amount, it would take longer to get. You know what I'm saying? I think that's right. But in any case, let me know what you guys are thinking. Should I put it into Moon when I get to 50 and just save it till I get to 50? Or should I put it into Earth if you guys think it's worthy of that? But look at our investors. It's been moving pretty good. Honestly, the Moon has been really poopy in the past, but recently has been actually very good. I'm very surprised at how well the Moon has been doing recently. And I think that is a huge testament to the boost that we've given here, not to mention the fact that we can... Oh, can we do it? We're so close. We're so close. Oh, we're so close, guys. Holy doly joly, man. Oh, it's about to be on fire up in this. Dude, okay. It's such a hard decision. Wait. But this was many hours. This was many hours. You know what I mean? I mean, a lot of hours of waiting. But at the same time, we have a 2.4 sextillion reset here. Okay? Look at how much of a difference that is. That might be the turning point. At least it's the best hope we've had of a turning point on the Moon in a while. Now instead of buying this, because that would just be stupid, I'm gonna go ahead and buy this because I hope. Please tell me. Oh, thank you so much. So all we need is 9, guys. All we would need is 9. Let's wait for Mars and see if we get anything. So let's go to that real quick. Alrighty then. Please, we didn't top our investors, so that's okay. Good. I keep looking at this and I'm like, dude, are you serious? But then I'm not upset anymore after I wait a couple seconds. But anyway, let's go ahead and check this, please. I know it's not going to be there. It's not. Look at that. Look at how. Oh man, it's so baloney balls, man. All right, well. It looks like all we need is 9. That's a lot better than 10, obviously. Any megabuck that we can squeeze out is better than nothing, right? I mean, the megabucks are pretty hard to come by. I wish more than anything I could convert this back. This really annoys me. You know what I mean? That really annoys me. You should be able to convert this back. Hyper Hippo, let us convert our megabucks back if we made a mistake like I did. Because I didn't know, man. I didn't know you were going to do that. Literally, like a day or two after I bought this, they released the ability to platinum guild your planets. And I was like, bro, I didn't know that was going to happen. I just got screwed over. So, help me out. Help me out. And help out anybody else that might have had that problem. Because that was really unfortunate. That was just terrible, terrible timing. But anyway, that's going to do it for us today on Adventure Capitalist. Hopefully you enjoyed the more informative video. I know that not too much happened. I just wanted to show you guys and explain to you what happened. Because the other one, while it would have been cool, it would have taken a lot longer to actually produce. And I really didn't want to stay on the event much longer, especially considering the day that the last event you saw, the last video you saw was the day the event ended. So whenever I get this video up, whatever day it happens to be, I'm assuming it's Friday. I don't want to wait too long. The event is over. You know what I mean? There's no reason. I'm not sick. There's no excuse. I'm gonna get the video out. So again, I apologize. I just wanted to grind it out. I wanted to make sure I was 10 out of 10. I like the clean sweep record that we have. If you guys look right here, if you look at the events, we have a clean sweep record. The only one that we haven't done was that Dookie Balls Black and Blue Friday one. This one sucked. I did not like this event at all. I never got to do this one. This one I didn't have the opportunity to do because I think that it was only on mobile at this time or something along the lines of that. I don't know. But unfortunately, I didn't get to do this one. This one I didn't like, so I didn't bother with it really. And then after that, look at this. Look, it's almost like in the beginning we were scrub-a-dub, right? We forfeited this one. If you think of this from a competitive standpoint, we forfeited this one, right? We didn't place very well here. Okay, we kind of just pooped it out. Maybe we didn't practice enough, right? And then we were like, you know what? This isn't acceptable. We're gonna boss this out. We're gonna practice, and we're gonna start wrecking some scrubs. And here it is. Look at the clean sweep record. We are like undefeated. 7 out of 7, 10 out of 10, 8 out of 8, 7 out of 7, 15 out of 15, and last but not least, 10 out of 10. Literally on a dominant roll. So I'd like to keep that. That's kind of why I really made sure I bossed it out. And I knew my two choices going in Hopefully you're okay with the one that I personally chose, and hopefully I still made it entertaining for you guys. But in any case, I hope you guys enjoyed. Definitely make sure you rate the video what you think it deserved, and if you did enjoy, please consider sharing the video as well. That kind of stuff really helps me out a lot, whether it's Facebook, Twitter, or any social media really, or even word of mouth with your friends. That's really awesome too. Of course, it directly helps me as well as the entire community and is greatly appreciated. So with that being said, if you want to become a Sage in training, make sure you subscribe today. And as always, this has been Mr. Basie, your favorite Sage, and I'll see you in the next video.